Hi, I'm Sherry, and this is my channel, Aegean Dreams. Well, mine together with my friend Sarah. Sarah is the techie of our partnership, and this was actually her idea. She said, Sherry, you live kind of an interesting life. Maybe you'd like to share it. And I said, I think that sounds like fun as long as I don't have to do the technical stuff. So she does that. She's over in Florida. I do the videoing and send them on to her, which all of that is such a learning curve for me. Obviously, I'm not a young chick anymore. And yeah, it's great because I can kind of feel my brain synapses sparking there. So I call it Aegean Dreams because I live here on this Greek island in the Aegean Sea. More specifically, the Saronic Gulf, because it's the island of Salamina, or Salamis, if you were looking for it in English. And it's the closest island to the mainland of Attica. So I've been here for 30 plus years. I'm obviously of a certain age, which I'm not ashamed to say. I'm 77, and I love my life here. It's interesting. It kind of has a romantic vibe to it, a little bit exotic. And I've just created a really good life for myself. So I'm here to connect with people. I love feedback, so please respond. Tell me about where you live, what you like. Tell me if you like the video. But how about if I show you around the garden first? First, I show you what I love most about living here in this house is I have a view of the Bay of Salamina. This is from my front balcony. Now, my husband had this property before he met me, and it was a summer house, which is mostly what Salamina was, but little by little, people are living out here full time. And originally this area was all olive trees, as you can see, lots of olive trees, and that one big Norfolk pine. So out there is the Bay of Salamina, and up there is the main part called Puculari, where the main city is. And it's a pretty big island, as Greek islands go. Now, here's the star of my garden, my grandfather olive tree. Love this guy. And my whole garden is centered around him. He's the vibe of the place. He has wonderful energy. He also got a broken limb some weeks back, big limb. So the garden's a bit of a mess because we're cleaning up after that and getting the garden ready with fall plantings. So this area we're looking at here is Sherry's Café. I named it that. I had Vasily first build that wall around the olive tree and filled it with the spider plants. And then after that, some years, I have an Albanian man, Lefteris, who I told him what I wanted with the patio, and he made this lovely little patio. And actually, the whole garden I've created. Vasilis's help, but my ideas. The garden was like 3 foot lower on one side than more than that, because on the side of the mountain, and I brought in fill and had all this done. So we do have grandfather tree, and he has olives that I should get to picking. Some of them have gone black. And we have another really important tree in my garden, and it's this lovely almond tree. And I really, really love her. She's very old now, and like all of us, she's not as beautiful as she used to be, but she still puts on a pretty good show in the springtime. She bursts out in pinkish white blossoms. We don't get much olives, of course not, it's an almond tree. We don't get much almonds from her. And this is an empty lot up to the back, and from here, you can see the top of Black Mountain, Mavro Vuno. And there's a Greek flag, just in case you wanted to know where you were. This tree is a favorite of my cats. They love running up it and jumping up onto the roof. So let's actually go down into the garden. Now, my husband, Vasily, who is from Crete, is a master carpenter. So I just tell him what I want and he builds it. He built this pergola, and that has honeysuckle growing up it. And that's one, it has lots of seating areas. I like to bring people together, and I like to sit in different areas depending on the time of the day, the season of the year. So here is going into, as I say, it's a mess because we're working on that tree and I have a lot of wood to cut up. So this is Sherry's Café, which I fondly call it, and my favorite place to sit in the morning with coffee, in the evening with a glass of wine, bring my friends together. It's not this messy normally. we have a lot of wood to cut up. And over here is the raised beds. And right now we have a couple different lettuces. We have some dill. We have here arugula and spinach. And back there is some onions. And this is the newest raised bed Vasily built about a month ago. And it has broccoli, cabbage, and I've covered it because the little white butterflies get in there. They lay their eggs, and then their babies come out and eat all of my broccoli and cabbage. So hopefully this year we'll get to eat more than they do. We'll see. Another growing area here. That's the branches that we have to get rid of from my olive tree. And this is a lemon tree. This is a really, really prolific lemon tree. And she gives us like 3 times a year we get lemons from her. So many that we have to throw them away before they rot. And here we have dendrolevino, which is rosemary. And this is the first pergola that Vasily built, and it has our grapes growing on it. They're past season now. And of course, wouldn't be a Greek house without a bougainvillea. So we have this bougainvillea. This is my potting area and my compost bins and a little storage cabinet for equipment. This is a wood chipper, which I'm going to be using hopefully today to chip up the wood from the grandfather tree. Isn't he magnificent? We let him get too tall, and that's how he ended up breaking. So, 'tis what it is. And Vasily built me the potting table, which is great. I'm under the lemon tree, so I'm out of the sun in the summertime. Now let's just step out the gate and see where we're situated. There is Mavrovuno, 5-minute walk to the top. Here it's 5-minute walk down to the sea. I don't do that anymore. No, I'm 77 years old. I figure I've earned the right to take the car. And here we have, this is our house sign that my dear departed father made for us many years ago. It's the boat that we met on, the Royale. I was on a cruise. That's how I met my husband. And Sherry and Vasily Kilaivis. Interesting name, Kilaivis. It actually means bird song, and we have some Kilaivis going on now. All right, here's the house from the front. The balcony wraps 3/4 of the way around the house, and we don't have a backyard. We have an empty lot back there where we park our car, and that's it. So, thank you so much for coming to visit me. I hope you'll come back often. I want to offer you a lot of things, share with you a lot of things. Let's connect. Feedback I love, so if you'd care to respond, tell me what you might like to see, ask some questions. I'm here. Thank you again. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye.